Hey, welcome back. I know it's been a minute, especially since I've last done a install on a new part for the Civic, but as you can see, I have a brand new part from PRL. Full disclaimer, they did send this to me. I am sponsored by them, but I try to always be honest with you guys about everything, and most of you guys already know that PRL is a really reputable aftermarket brand, and they do a lot to make sure that all their parts work straight out of the box. And if at any point you guys find that you have issues, or if you ever feel like you're missing something, feel free to reach out to them. They're super nice and they will get you squared away. So with that being said, if you ever purchase anything off their website, I do have a discount code in case you didn't know. It's Louis5 and it'll get you 5% off the entire order. So if you want to buy this or anything else that I've done a review on or install on, go ahead and use my discount code and get 5% off. So today we're going to do the coolant tank upgrade, the reservoir upgrade, and it's going to replace the stock plastic one. I'm going to do a soft install, so I'm going to pretty much guide you guys through the entire install process, but I'm not going to fully install it because I am getting rid of the SI. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already knew that. But I got an allocation for an FL5 Type R, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go through with it. So I'm gonna be trading in my SI and the Supra. I'm trading both of them in, but I'll give you guys more information about that in a later video. But yeah, so we'll do a soft install and I'll do the unboxing so you see what you get out of the box. Now this is for the SI and a couple of other trims. I don't think this fits all trims depending on how your reservoir tank is set up in your car. I think I saw somebody comment saying it didn't fit their car because the way that it was set up in the engine bay is completely different from this one. So before you buy it, please make sure that it fits your car. But if you have an SI, you're good. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it and then get to the install. Okay, so here we have the box. I just put that tape there so you guys can't see my address, but once you open it up, you'll see that everything's nice and organized. And here we have the tank. It has the bracket that it's gonna be sitting on down on the bottom, and then here's the bracket for the top. You have, this is gonna come off and you're gonna install this little spout with a gasket, and this is where the coolant line is going to attach to. And then you have the sight glass so you know how much coolant is in your reservoir, and I'm sure you probably want the coolant to be right in the middle of the sight glass. You don't want to be too full or no coolant at all. And yeah, it comes with this really heavy duty cap. I was honestly kind of shocked at how well this thing is built. I don't think this is gonna break probably ever. You could probably chuck this across the street and it would be perfectly fine. But hopefully you don't break the sight glass. But yeah, that's pretty much all you get. Just this little fitting and the gasket and the tank. You're gonna be using the hardware that comes out of the car, so that should be pretty straightforward. And just so you know that this is built for the factory recommended coolant, the factory recommended amount of coolant. So whatever is recommended on your stock coolant reservoir is what needs to go in here. Just FYI. And then for those of you, I'm not gonna install this again because I'm not gonna fully install it. I'm just gonna show you, you're gonna take your gasket or your O-ring, and you're gonna install it, and then you're gonna just take this plastic piece off and twist it on. Now, when you do get your reservoir, you do wanna inspect the inside of it and make sure that there's no contaminants in here. For whatever, I don't think you're gonna see any, but just in case, you always wanna double check before you start putting coolant in here. Okay, so removing your stock reservoir tank, all you have to do is just pull up and it's out. Now for the coolant hose, you're gonna wanna take some pliers, twist it till it comes loose, and then pull off with your hand. Don't pull off with the pliers. You don't want to accidentally break your hose. But yeah, I'm not going to do that because, again, I'm doing like a soft install because I'm, again, getting rid of the car. So all we're going to need next is to remove the bottom bracket down there and a 14 millimeter bolt with the motor mount. So for the bracket down there, you're going to need a 10 mil, and this motor mount, you're going to need a 14 mil, and we should install the new one with no problem. Okay, so just so you know which two bolts I'm talking about, it's going to be those two 10 mils right there, and this bracket comes out. Then we're going to remove this 14 mil from the motor mount and put the new tank in and put all this hardware back in. Okay, so I got my 10 mil with an extension and a ratchet, and taking these two out should be super easy. Next, it's going to be the 14 mil, and there you go. All right, now we can go ahead and install the tank. Okay, so when you're gonna go to bolt this down, you wanna go in reverse order. Go ahead and get your motor mount bolt and bolt it in. And then once that's fully seated, go ahead and get your 10 mil. And fitting your hand down there is not an issue. I have what I think to be relatively large hands, and I can put my hand down there and put them in the holes with no issue. So when you bolt down your motor mount bolt, make sure that the bottom two are aligned, because it is possible for you to bolt this down and it not be aligned with the holes. So you could always start all three and then bolt down the motor mount first and then the bottom two. But that's just my advice. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. But anyways, yeah, that's really all the install is. Get yourself a funnel, remove the cap, and transfer the coolant from your old reservoir onto here. And then if you need more, then you probably have to go to Honda and get more. It would be smart if you had some coolant on hand prior to this, just in case you spill all your coolant. Also, disclaimer, coolant is really nasty stuff. If you have any pets lying around, I don't advise you to have them in the working area, just in case. Animals, for whatever reason, really like the smell of coolant, and I don't know if they enjoy the taste of it, but they will try and lick it up, and your dog or your cat could die. Yeah, so don't have animals around when you're working with coolant, and try to pick up any coolant that may have spilled while you're doing this install. I don't want to hear any comments, or I don't want to read any comments saying your dog died, because I would be really upset. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I mean, I think it looks really cool in the engine bay when you get rid of the plastic. It just kind of ties the whole engine bay together. It's black. The rest of the engine bay is black. So let me know if you like it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back to stock. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this coolant tank, if I'm gonna sell it or do a giveaway or what. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so once you've installed yours, you got the line in, all you have to really do is just bleed the system. More than likely, when you removed that coolant hose, you introduce some air into the system. So all you have to do is just remove your radiator cap. Once you've done that, go ahead and start your car, let it come up to temperature so the thermostat can open, and then you should also turn your heater on. Once you do all that, you should see some bubbles come up. When the bubbles stop coming up, that means you've gotten rid of all the air in the system. you can put the radiator cap back on, go out for a drive, come back, and then service your coolant reservoir as needed. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I think that it makes the engine bay look way better without the plastic tank in there. So if you think it's cool, link is down in the description box below for you to purchase. Remember to use my code so you can get 5% off. And yeah, I'm sorry if this is gonna be the last thing that you see from the SI. I know a lot of you guys follow me because of the SI build, but I hope that you stay around for the Type R build, and I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see my previous videos, go ahead and click this video right here, and I'll see you on the next one.